First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And today's lesson is going to be the Lord frees Silas and Paul from prison. This is the book of Acts 16 verse 13. And I'm going to read all the way until verse 40. And on the Sabbath we went out of the city by a riverside where prayer was wont to be made. And we sat down and spake unto the woman which resorted thither. And a certain woman named Lydia, a seller of purple of the city of Thyatira, which worshiped the Most High, heard us, whose mind the Lord opened, that she attended unto the things which were spoken of Paul. And when she was baptized in her household, she besought us, saying, if ye have judged me to be faithful to the Lord, come into my house and abide there. And she constrained us. And it came to pass, as we went to prayer, a certain damosel, and a damosel is a young woman. A certain damosel, a certain young woman, possessed with a spirit of divination, and divination is a evil spirit, a demon that can foretell the future. With a spirit of divination met us, which brought her masters much gain by soothsaying. And soothsaying is the ability to foretell the future events. The same followed Paul and us, and cried, saying, these men are the servants of the Most High God, which show unto us the way of salvation. And this did she many days. But Paul being grieved, Paul's like, stop following us. You're annoying me. Paul being grieved turned and said to the spirit, I command thee in the name of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach to come out of her. And he came out the same hour. It was a evil spirit and the young woman possessing her. And when her masters saw that the hope of their gains was gone, The young woman's masters made a lot of money off the evil spirit possessing the woman and foretelling the future. So they was mad as hell, the woman's masters, when Paul exorcised the demon out of her. And when her masters saw that the hope of their gains was gone, they caught Paul and Silas and drew them into the marketplace unto the rulers and brought them to the magistrates. And the magistrates was the Hebrew judges, and brought them to the magistrates, saying, these men, being Jews, do exceedingly trouble our city, and teach customs which are not lawful for us to receive, neither to observe, being Romans. And the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates rent off their clothes and commanded to beat them. The magistrates and the people are beating Paul and Silas. And when they had laid many stripes upon them, they cast them into prison, charging the jailer to keep them safely, who, having received such a charge, thrust them into the inner prison and made their feet fast in the stocks. Paul and Silas was being put to work in the prison. And at midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto the Most High. And the prisoners heard them. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken. And immediately all the doors were open, and everyone's bands were loosed. The Lord freed Paul and Silas from the prison. And the keeper of the prison, awakening out of his sleep and seeing the prison doors open, he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing that the prisoners had been fled. The keeper of the prison knew that it was his fault that Silas and Paul escaped, so he was going to take his own life. But Paul cried with a loud voice, saying, do thyself no harm, for we are all here. Then he called for a light and sprang in, and came trembling and fell down before Paul and Silas, and brought them out and said, Sir, what must I do to be saved? So the keeper of the prison humbled himself and bowed to Paul and Silas and said to them, "What must I do to be saved?" And they said, "Believe on the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, and thou shalt be saved in thy house." And Paul and Silas said to the prison guard, "Believe in Yahushua, and you should be saved, and your family shall be saved." And they spake unto him the word of the Lord, and to all that were in his house. And he took them the same hour of the night, and washed their stripes, and was baptized, he and all his straightway. And when he had brought them into his house, he set meat before them, and rejoiced, believing in the Most High with all his house. So Paul and Silas went to the prison guard's house, and the prison guard and all of his family believed in the Most High. And when it was day, the magistrate sent the sergeant, saying, "Let those men go." And the keeper of the prison told this, saying to Paul, "The magistrates have sent to let you go. Now therefore depart, and go in peace." But Paul said unto them, "They have beaten us openly, uncondemned, being Romans, and have cast us into prison. And now do they thrust us out privately, secretly? No, verily, but let them come themselves and fetch us out." Paul's like, "Let the Romans come and throw us out." And the sergeants told these words unto the magistrates, the Hebrew judges, and they feared when they heard that they were Romans. The magistrates, the Hebrew judges, they were afraid of the Romans. And they came and besought them and brought them out, and desired them to depart out of the city. So the magistrates came to Paul and Silas and told them to depart from the city. And they went out of the prison and entered into the house of Lydda. And when they had seen the brethren, they comforted them and departed. I hope this lesson was edifying to the elect. Shalom.